It is axiomatic that if you want to give advice to young men nowadays, you better have something new to say. Because everywhere you look, everybody is giving advice to young men. You ought to do this, you ought to stop doing that, you ought to not say the other. Don't play video games. This isn't that. Play the video games if you enjoy them. This isn't that at all. But I'm like 1,000 years old, and I've recently alighted upon a couple of ideas that no one ever told me, and I kind of wish they had. So, in brief, first, someone famous, I can't remember who, but someone recently said that women, children, and dogs get unconditional love, as they should. But adult men don't. To the extent we get love, it is because of what we provide, or what we do, or how we prove ourselves. It's as simple as that. And you probably have already sensed this, if not articulated in quite those terms. I certainly had it until recently. And that's a lifelong thing. It's a Gundam said that from the time you're able to walk as a boy, you've got to start proving yourself in a way that, frankly, girls just don't have to, because they're always cherished, and and people don't really give advice to girls and women the same way, because how dare you? How dare you? They're perfect. They're making choices for their bodies and blah, blah, blah. But for men, you've got to prove yourself. Simple as that. And that's an important thing, not just to get love from others, but to get respect for yourself. We're just wired differently, no matter what anybody tells you. The second thing is, you probably have sensed this if you're getting started as a young adult, the most dire pressure that is on you as a young man is figuring out a way to support a wife and a family. Because that's your job, that's your responsibility, and it's a tremendous pressure. Now, if you're able to figure out a way to do it, you want to come back here, Renzo, and be in the video? Hey? Oh, I see you. And God bless you, that's great. But it's a pressure that you have, that women don't have, kids don't have, and you will find that the love you receive from the women in your life, your wives, your girlfriends, is transactional. That doesn't mean it's insincere, but it means it does depend on you providing. And if you're able to do it against all odds nowadays, then it will be the greatest satisfaction of your life. And that's perfectly fine. Now, I mean, if you look around my neighborhood, or even in my own family, if my wife supported me the way I support her, people would call me all kinds of names, and the worst sort of deadbeat and this and that. But they don't say that sort of thing about her, nor should they, because that's simply how the world works. So much of what you've been told by movies and TV and awful women with short hair is that, anyone can do anything and we're all the same. We're not all the same. There are special pressures upon you as a man to prove yourself and to provide. And the final thing I want to say is that none of these things is bad. They're actually quite an advantage for you, because if you believe, as I do, that this material life in which we find ourselves descends from a superior spiritual realm where we began and to which we will return, the nature of which is beyond the remit of this video. But if you believe that this material life we have is largely about learning to make loving service your priority and realizing your own shortcomings, and that you cannot do it alone without God's help, then the fact that no one is ever going to pump your tires or make you think you're better than you are, because nobody does that with young men, is a good thing. It keeps you humble. It keeps you humble, and I think in the right mindset of this world, which is to understand that you can't make it on your own. You're here to serve, and never, ever will you think of yourself as too good, because no one's ever going to tell you that you are. Anyway, I hope that's of some use. Go with that and do likewise.